Hey friends, Steve from Cami here. I'm excited to chat today about our Cami question tool and how you can mash that up with our published changes feature. Let's get to it. I've rolled out an assignment, English Bill of Rights, to all of my students. So I want to be able to engage with them, not asynchronously, but how can I use Cami in real time and give them those checking for understandings, how to build questions out in real time, and learn more about their learning while I'm in the room with them. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Open with Cami button right here as a teacher. And what that does is that pushes me into class view. Okay, cool. I'm here in class view and I will be able to monitor all of my students' work and any annotations that they add. I will automatically see here in real time. But here's the thing, my students are gonna be reading this very difficult text, and we need to do it together. What I can also do is come up to the top right, where it gives me that little green toggle icon at the top right, and that pushes me into the template copy. The template copy is for me to add annotations live to all of my students in real time. So if I prompt my students to get this assignment open, they have it open on their end. What I can do is I can roll out different annotations depending on what I need out of this particular assignment. So let's say we're all going to start reading it together. I can come over here to the shapes tool, use the box tool, and tell the students, like, hey, look, we're going to start with just this part of the text. We're going to start by reading it independently first. I can make it bold, I can make it thicker, I can make it brighter, so students have a very clear idea of where we are. So now that I have this boxed out in red here, I can simply come up to where it says update all, update, and now these changes are gonna roll out to every single student copy. While students are reading, the other thing that I can do is I can drop in a checking for understanding while they read. And it can be as low key as coming over to the comment tool, using the text comment, clicking right next to this part of the text, and I can drop in a checking for understanding, a CFU, source of some sort of prompt, right? I can hit enter, hit update all, and then update. And now when I toggle back over into class view, I'm able to see all these annotations occur live for every single student. And while the students are reading, they'll finish that read and then they'll be able to see this comment and then reply to that comment and then really show what they know about what they just read. If I toggle back over to the template copy, I could then hover over this box and maybe move over into the next part of the text, manipulate it that way, and then update again to have that box move in real time and guide my students visually and really support them instructionally as I'm pivoting throughout the lesson. The other thing I might do though is I don't want to come up with all of the questions for the checking for understanding. The beauty of this is that Cami can roll out questions that you don't generate necessarily to all of your learners. Here's how. In this environment from the template copy, I can come over here to where it says question on the left-hand side where my Cami tools are, right underneath the eraser. Once I click on that, I can select generate, select the grade level, the language, and then the page range. So maybe I only want questions for this particular page. So I can run it from page 1 through page 1. I can select advanced settings. And let's say I only want to start out with 3 multiple choice questions for this page. I can go ahead and select whether or not I want this at grade level, below grade level, above grade level, and then where do I want this on the DOK? Maybe I want to start out with just level 1 recall. I can then generate the questions. And now that the questions are generated, I see them over here to the right-hand side. And I can go ahead and very quickly manipulate the points if I need to by clicking in there, but I'm just trying to roll these out as fast as possible. Maybe I'm giving my students some read time or think time, and I can go ahead and quickly drag and drop these questions on this first page. When I drag them onto the page, I can turn them into markers. And now maybe I don't want this box to be here on the text. Maybe I move that into the next page because that's what we're going to do next. And now I really want to take a moment to have them answer these questions. So now that I have these questions on the page, I can select update all, update. And now when I go back to class view, and once students start working, I can come up here and select answers at the top to then look at all the data, see who is answered, who is not, who is struggling, who is knocking it out of the park, and be able to have a bird's eye view of all the questions and look at all the data in one place to drive that instruction while I'm teaching, while I'm guiding my students in real time in class. I really hope you learned at least one thing in this video. Until next time, talk soon.